Hello everybody and welcome in to this VI Labs coverage of Site Village 2025. I'm David and last week I paid a trip to London where Site Village Southeast was taking place. And for those of you who don't know what Site Village is, basically Site Village is a big conference where a load of organisations that are working with people who are blind or visually impaired come together and discuss all sorts of different matters related to sight loss. There are loads of stands and exhibits. So you've got technology companies, you've got different charitable organisations, companies doing all sorts of different things, and not just those that are specifically related to blindness and vision impairment, but there are also some public utilities there, like gas companies and transport operators and so on and so forth. So I guess we have covered some of these events before, and we do have, if you're just looking for the main bits that are relevant to Ireland, we did cover a lot of that in episode 100 of our Talking Technology podcast, which is also available on this YouTube channel. But in this online video, we are going to go through as many of the interviews as we can with lots of the different exhibitors that were exhibiting at Site Village. Now, a few reminders before we get down to business. You can listen to this at different speed rates, so you might want to speed it up if you find that better. You can move it right up to 2x speed if you'd so prefer, but you can also do 1.25 speed, 1.5x speed, and indeed 1.75x speed if you find that better. You can do that in your playback settings. And you will also be able to use chapters. So if you do feel that there are specific companies that you're interested in, you can use the chapters section on YouTube to pick the company and it will jump straight to that section. So you can listen to only the companies you want if you don't want to listen to all of them. So with that said, let's get down to business. Thank you so much for choosing to listen to the VI Labs coverage. And if you do like it, do let us know with an email to content@vi.ie. But for now, here's what happened when I went to Site Village in London. So I'm joined here with Catherine from GoalBall UK. Catherine, do you want to tell me a little bit what's on your stand and also what GoalBall UK does?
GoalBall UK is the national governing body for the Paralympic sport of goalball. So we look after all the clubs and competitions and the workforce throughout the UK. So on the stand today I've just got the range of equipment, so the different size balls based on age and ability, an example of the eye shades and an example of the tactile markings, because goalball's a three-a-side indoor team sport where we substitute the senses. So instead of looking for the ball, we listen for the ball, and instead of looking for where we are, we feel for where we are.
And is goalball a game that is played almost exclusively by people who are blind or visually impaired?
To play at Paralympic standards, yes, you have to have a classification of B1, B2, B3.
Okay.
To play for fun, anybody can play because everyone puts the eye shades on and no one can see, so it makes it entirely fair.
Very good, very good. And how popular is goalball in the UK and around the world too?
Yeah, it's massively popular. It's the biggest team sport for blind and partially sighted people. So we have a network of about 30 clubs across the UK. GB go off and take part in competitions all around the world: European Championships, World Championships, Paralympics.
Awesome stuff. And have you had much success in recent years?
Not massively. It's a very competitive sport. Yeah, we were out there in the Europeans in Finland in October. It's all looking forward to LA in 2028, trying to qualify for that now.
Awesome stuff. Well, best of luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I'm joined here by Tracy from Seability. Tracy, what does Seability do?
Well, Seability has supported living and residential homes across the south of England. We also have our own eye care team.
Okay.
And we also have a positive behavioural support team that supports people that we provide a service to, a support service.
Yeah.
We believe in active support. 90% of our teams are trained in active support.
And what does active support mean, out of curiosity?
It's about everyday tasks. We are supporting people and empowering them to take part in their life. Everyday little tasks, helping to build on independence, confidence and skills.
Yeah, So it's empowerment,
Yes.
basically.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good. And you were mentioning to me earlier on before we started recording that Seability is one of the oldest charities in the UK for people who are blind or visually impaired.
Definitely. We're over 225 years old and we have a rich history, and we started off life as the Royal School for the Blind.
Okay. Very cool. Awesome. And what are you showing off at the table here in front of us?
Well, today I've got some pens and highlighters, some sweets as well for anyone
Always
who's-
important.
Oh, definitely. And I've got some brochures. One of them is about Seability in general and what we do.
Yeah.
And it has some really, really good stories in there about people that we support and how we've helped to change their lives.
Awesome stuff. Well, listen, thank you so much for chatting. Really appreciate it. And best of luck over the next 2 days.
Lovely. Thank you very much, and lovely to meet you too.
So I'm joined now here by Rory from Metro Blind Sports. We spoke last year to Metro Blind Sports at Sight Village. But Rory, what's happening? For those who don't know, I guess, first of all, what is Metro Blind Sports?
Well, thank you, David. Metro Blind Sport, we work across London mostly. Most of our activities are for people that are in London quite often.
Yeah.
We do have some activities that are wider, which I'll get to at the end of what we do. I suppose what we would do mainly is we create sporting, recreation and social opportunities for blind and partially sighted people to participate in. I'm sure you will know that blind and partially sighted people, especially when we start getting, I suppose, less. When we start going out less, we see people less. We start becoming, I suppose, lonely. And I am also registered blind, so I'm allowed to say this.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
We start getting lonely and more reclusive, I suppose. So we try and get people out, and we meet out there, whether it is playing sport on a competitive level or going out for walks at recreational and social activities. So what I was saying, maybe some of the things that we have been doing since we last spoke and what we're bringing on. So a low intensity program where we could go for walks. We've been to Kew Gardens recently. Tomorrow we are going to Winter Wonderland in Hyde Park.
Very cool.
Yeah, so a great variety of sort of activities that we do. They bring a little bit of, so people are getting out. It's a social activity, and there's a little bit of being active as well.
Awesome.
But low intensity. We have our Metro Games, which we might have mentioned, and that is for people from all over, really. And that is simply it's open for people all over the UK mainly, and that's because it's the last remaining bespoke blind and partially sighted event or track and field event remaining in the UK.
Awesome.
So we have that's on the 13th of June.
Very good.
On the 13th of March, a new event that we're going to have is a indoors, slightly smaller event for juniors. The one that we have in June is open for juniors and seniors. The one in March is going to be only for juniors.
Okay. And just tell me briefly, what do we have on the stand here today?
On the stand over here, we have a little bit of what we do. So what you touching over there is my cricket bat. So it's just
very good.
an example of what we do.
I don't think I've ever felt a cricket bat, but there you go.
So we have what we use in cricket, which is a standard bat, standard gloves, and then the ball is much bigger. It's a size 3 ball.
Yeah.
And you can hear it makes a sound.
Indeed.
And then there's different rules. It's played over on much like standard cricket, but for different levels of sight, you will get different numbers of bounces, for example, so you can hear it better and see it better, I suppose.
And that's classified through the standard, B1, B2, B3 system?
It is, although it's been adapted. So we start with B1, B2, B3.
Okay.
It's still around that. So we have totally blind people, which are B1.
Yeah.
We just don't call them B1.
Okay.
Then we have mid partial, which is essentially B2 and B3.
Okay.
And we have high partial, which is a B4, which are also allowed to play in our domestic game.
Okay.
We have something that is called a low partial, and that is a very, very, very low B2.
Okay.
So they might, they might just not quite be a B1.
A B1.5, if you will.
Correct.
Okay, very good.
So
there you go.
that's the cricket. Then we've got, I was telling you about the Metro Games, and then we've got a couple. So we use different colours of shirts, whether you are an athlete or a guide, for the athlete to distinguish who's the guide and who's the athlete. So we actually take the times and so on. And then I just want to quickly show you, we have a tether that is like that.
Yes.
And that goes between the guide and the athlete. The guide, much like international, that is just like international rules. So the guide has to be half a step behind the athlete, or the guide has to be slightly behind the athlete. Otherwise, it is seen that they could be pulling.
Yes.
But they are still guiding. So we've got that, and then if I just lean over here, we've got a goal ball. That's
super.
Nice and noisy. So that's also an example of what we do. We play blind tennis, which we are going to have a tennis racket and tennis ball here imminently.
Awesome.
But we don't quite have that yet.
It's on its way.
Yeah, it's on its way. We play bowls, which I don't have a set of bowls here.
Sure.
Bowls, we play with, the bowls themselves are not adapted for blind bowls. It's just more communication with blind bowls. So you keep getting told where your bowl has gone compared to the jack.
Yes.
Who's closest to the jack, etc., etc.
Awesome.
And you sort of work on like a clock when you're telling them where the bowl has gone. So if I was just to go down on my fingers, that's athletics, bowls, cricket. We have football. This at the moment it is for partially sighted people. Although we would love to also bring on for totally blind people as well. We need funding to do that. Is where we are with that. We have tennis. We have skiing, which is sort of towards the end of March. We are open for bookings at the moment for skiing. We go to Norway for that. I think we said tennis, skiing. The low intensity program. I am probably forgetting one at the moment.
That's all right, but you covered
firing
everything. Well, listen, thank you so much. There's so much here to cover, but really appreciate it. Where can people find out more?
You can get in touch by email if you like. It is just info@metroblindsport.org. So that is all one word, Metro Blind Sport. Sport is a singular, so not an S at the end.
Metroblindsport.org.
And then .org, so no UK at the end of that.
No worries. Fantastic. Well, listen, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the 2 days.
Thank you very much, and you too, David.
Awesome.
Great job, and I look forward to speaking to you again.
So I'm joined here by Sarah from the Daylight Company, and Sarah, there are a lot of really cool bright lights in front of me. You've got a stand that truly does stand out here. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what you guys do?
So we are the Daylight Company. We've been established for nearly 40 years. We're a global business, and we bring daylight into people's lives by innovative products that really help people perform everyday tasks and everyday living, really. So we've only got a small selection of lights with us here today. We could have filled the entire room. But we've brought some of our newer products. We've brought our wafers with us, which some people would call light boxes. These wafers, light boxes products are really useful when it comes to people with low vision. It helps when anybody that's still in any form of education when they're trying to read. The contrast that it offers those people with text is really useful. So we're out showing people those today. We've also got some of our portable lighting. Portable lighting is really important. It gives you the opportunity to use them in every corner of your house. Ours are fully chargeable, so once you've charged ours for about 8 hours, you're good to go. Take it with you. Some of them even come, as you can see, in carry cases or folding cases. Some come with a handle, so you can just move them around.
Super.
They are really useful for near enough every single task you can do in every single room. And that's really about the Daylight Company. We're trying to be productive and make things that are useful but also aesthetically pleasing.
Very good. So tell me, what is the difference between these kinds of lights and, just a standard light that someone might pick up in their regular electrical store?
So standard lights won't offer the level of CRI, that means colour rendering index. Standard lights won't diffuse the light in the same way that ours diffuse light over a more concentrated area. So ours have normally flexible heads where you can bring the light into focus as to where you need it.
Okay.
So it's really comparing apples with oranges.
Fair enough. And how can people find out more about the Daylight Company?
You can visit us at www.daylightcompany.co.com or .co.uk.
.com or .co.uk. You've got all the domains covered. Excellent. Sarah, thank you so much. A really, truly illuminating stand here.
Very good, David.
Indeed.
Very
See,
good.
I'm on the ball this morning. Sarah, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the event.
You too. Nice to meet you.
So I'm joined here by Colin from Access to Work Services. So Colin, do you want to tell me a little bit about what you guys do?
Certainly. Okay, so Access to Work Solutions is a independent business that supplies support workers and help and guidance to people making an application to the government program called Access to Work. Who, if you're not familiar with, Access to Work is a funding program that helps dismantle the barriers that you may face as a visually impaired person in work.
Okay, awesome. So we should point out that Access to Work is specific to the UK currently. It's the equivalent to the Irish Work and Access Scheme. But I guess, how does the, process work then for someone applying briefly for Access to Work and going through yourselves?
Okay, so people make an Access to Work application direct to Access to Work through the direct.gov website. And Access to Work will then ask them to supply a quote for providing the cost of a support worker to support them in work. We can provide that quote and then we can interview people and recruit to find somebody suitable to work with.
Very good. And do you guys provide any training then with that, or?
We provide training to our staff who we employ, so the support workers are already trained in basic visual awareness training, and a lot of it is on the job training because what I may want as a visually impaired person could be totally alien to what somebody else would want.
Exactly, yeah.
And everybody has their favourite way of doing things, and rather than teach a member of staff one particular way that cannot be worked around, they can understand that they need to work to whatever the client requires and their best needs.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you so much, Colin. How can people find out more about Access to Work services?
So the best way is to take a look at our website, which is http://www.atwsolutions.co.uk.
Fantastic. Listen, thank you so much, Colin. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Will do. Thanks, David.
So I have bumped into it truly is a small world. Mary O'Shaughnessy, who is also from Cork. Mary,
Yes.
how are things?
Good, very good, thank you.
Very good. So you're with Cadent. So do you want to tell me first of all, what does Cadent do?
Cadent transports the gas to people's homes. So we don't own the gas, we don't bill. We transport it into the homes of people across 50% of the UK or thereabouts.
Okay,
Yeah.
so a bit like the ESB, I guess, over in
before
Ireland.
Gosh, probably, yes.
But there you go. So do you want to tell me, I suppose, what are you showing off today? What brings you to Site Village?
What brings to Site Village is we want to make people aware of the priority services register. So anybody who has got a health condition, disability, children under 5, overstayed pension age, goes onto a register set up by the regulator, so that in the event of an outage, gas, water or electric outage, that they will get priority services according to the needs. So whatever they need to make sure that they can navigate that event safely.
Yeah.
And I'm also creating awareness of carbon monoxide,
Yeah.
because National Carbon Monoxide Week, and people don't realise it's an odourless gas, carbon monoxide. The only time, unfortunately, that you realise that you have a leak is if your alarm goes off, you have one, or if it doesn't go off and you feel dizzy, headaches, and they only happen when you're in the home. It's something that you should have investigated, because you could have a carbon monoxide leak.
Awesome, good to know. And you may not have an answer to this. Does that kind of priority services register exist in Ireland, to your knowledge?
I would expect it would do. I would suggest for anybody who's not sure is to check up the Board Gosh or the ESB website, because in the UK, our registers are held with the electricity network. So I'd assume that they would know, and they must have a similar approach, I would assume.
How can people find out more about what you guys are talking about today?
They can go to our website, which is www.cadentgas.com.
Yeah.
Or if it's easier, are you happy for me to give a mobile number?
Yeah, of course.
They can call me on my mobile or WhatsApp me, which is 07973 421 651, and I can make sure that the information is sent to them. I'll provide them in an accessible format.
Fantastic. Mary, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
So I'm joined here by Ronnie from Grace Health and Social Care. And Ronnie, you guys provide services also for access to work.
That is correct, yes.
So do you want to tell me a little bit about what you do for people who are applying for the Access to Work scheme here in the UK?
Yeah, in actual fact, what we do is we're changing narrative. Normally when people lose their vision, the first thing they do is to resign from work.
Yeah.
Or to lose hope with regard to employability. Mm-hmm. So what we do is we change the narrative by providing support workers and the people that go into work, and they help the person with some visual tasks, including admin, driving, and any other visual tasks that they may be doing in their job.
Okay. And does that service kind of, mostly get handled by the private sector then over here?
Predominantly, yes.
Okay.
In actual fact, it's a niche provision that we provide. Charities don't provide this, local authorities don't provide this. They all come to us, so that we may provide these specialist trained support workers.
Interesting. And how does that training work then? What do you do with the training?
We do give full visual impairment awareness training to the support worker that goes to support the visually impaired person. Yeah. And also we do train employers so that they don't need to be afraid or worried about employing somebody who has a visual impairment. And we give advice as well in terms of reasonable adjustments, in terms of accessibility, and just creating safe environments in the workplace.
Very cool. How can people find out more, Ronnie?
Our website, www.graceltd.co.uk, is the best place to come in. Also, people can call us on 0744 644 9447. It's the best place. RNIB also, we work very closely with them. If you call the RNIB helpline, they'll direct you to us.
Super stuff. Ronnie, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the event.
You're welcome, David. Thank you.
So I am at the stand now for VICTA, and I'm joined by Roxanne. Roxanne, do you want to tell me, first of all, what is VICTA?
So VICTA is a national charity, and we work with blind and partially sighted young people from age 0 to 29.
Okay.
So we work throughout the UK, and we run lots of activities, so for all age groups, all over the country. And we also have a Young Achievers Award, which is for primary age children, and it runs throughout the year. So what they do is we've got 4 different themes. We've got science, nature, community and create, and what they do is they have to do little tasks and they'll earn a badge, and then once they've earned all 4 badges they'll earn a medal, which they're all super tactile. They've all got Braille on and also a certificate. So yeah.
Awesome. And tell me, what are the main challenges facing young visually impaired and blind people today? What do those challenges look like?
It's probably, from my experience, it's like their self-belief. So they've always, I suppose, not been told they can't do it, but in their head they think, I can't do that. But then we kind of say, yes, actually you can do that.
Yeah.
And then they realise. So yeah, I'd just say it's like self-confidence.
And empowerment.
Yeah,
Awesome stuff.
definitely.
Fantastic. Well, listen, how can people find out more about what you guys do? Do you have a website and stuff?
Yeah, we've got a website, it's victa.org.uk, and all our information's on there, information on what we do, parent services and activities, and also information on the Young Achievers Award.
Awesome stuff. Roxanne, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
So I'm joined here with Callie from Starborn Hotels. And Callie, first of all, do you want to tell me a little bit about what you guys do and what brings you to Site Village?
Yeah, perfect. So in Starborn Hotels, we have 21 hotels in the brand, but we've got 2 of those hotels which cater for the visually impaired. So one of them is the Clifton Hotel, which is based at Tidmouth.
Yep.
And then we've got the Windermere Manor, which is based at the Lake District. So
Okay.
yeah, we do 4 weeks of the year where we put on special packages where we can invite the visually impaired to the hotel, and we have volunteers, we do entertainment, we do off-site tours. So yeah, today I'm just here to talk about the dates for next year.
Awesome stuff. So these hotels used to be under the RNIB.
Yes, correct. So back in 2016, we bought them off the Guide Dogs and RNIB. So yeah, we knew that the visually impaired community just had such a love for these properties, so we really wanted to keep that going.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me, how do those, you mentioned kind of 2 of the hotels in the group are kind of designed, I suppose, essentially with people who are blind or visually impaired in mind.
Mm-hmm.
How is hotel accessibility generally evolving?
It's definitely front of mind
Yeah.
for the visually impaired, for the deaf community, for all different types of disabilities. So yeah, it's especially these 2 hotels for us. We have Braille all over the hotel, so that it's easily accessible for the visually impaired. But yeah, we definitely keep it front of mind within Starboard. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Very cool.
Perfect.
So you mentioned some of those entertainment, like what kind of entertainment do you guys do?
I think they do some karaoke. They have some live acts in, some singing tribute bands. So yeah, different things. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So where can people find out more?
They can go onto the Starborn Hotel website, or they can go onto the hotel's direct websites, and the information is all there.
Very good. Are you guys on the likes of booking.com and stuff like that?
Yes.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, Callie, thank you so much. Really cool. I don't think we have a hotel like that in Ireland, so very cool stuff.
Yeah, come on over.
Yeah, I'll have to pay a visit at some stage.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I have bumped into another David, a great name by the way, David. And David is from the fine people at Dolphin Computer Access. David, tell me, I guess, what are you guys showing off here at the stand?
Well, thank you very much, David. First of all, I agree about the name. So we're showing off today, we've got Supernova.
Yeah.
Okay, Supernova magnifier and screen reading. We're showing that off. We're showing, of course, Easy Reader, which obviously we just spoke about as well ourselves, which allows people to view and read books up to 1.2 million for free if they've got a print-based disability, and adapted in a way that's accessible for them.
Yeah.
And we've also got Guide Connect. So Guide Connect is it's usually for the sort of the older audience who are trying to get stay connected with their families, stay connected with their friends, and it allows them to do that in an easy to navigate interface.
Super. So I need to ask the important questions here, because you've been, creating a bit of a stir of late. I suppose competing a lot with Vispero, the makers of JAWS, Zoom Text, all of those kind of products. You've been doing a switch and save deal recently,
yes,
trying to get people to switch from JAWS, Zoom Text or Fusion over to Supernova or Supernova Screen Reader. Why are you doing that, first of all? And also, do the products compare? Do they stack up?
Yeah, great question. Really good question. And yes, so, well, first of all, I know there was a lot of backlash about the subscription that Vispero did add.
Yeah.
And so we decided, we thought we'll go head to head, and because our product isn't a subscription, you once you get it, you own it.
Yeah.
It is yours for life. We do obviously upgrade agreements to keep you up to date, but it's not a subscription. It doesn't just cut out on you.
Yeah.
Personally, as an individual, I found that it left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. So that was what we thought we would do, is to offer that 50% discount as well, to try and make it easy for people to come and switch over and use a product that has no subscription. Not only that, we've integrated this hotkey switches. So what that allows people to do is, if they're coming over from another product, is they can actually use the hotkeys they're comfortable with. So they don't have to learn the Supernova hotkeys. So are they comparable? Absolutely. We offer magnification, we offer screen reading, we offer it all. We can do. In fact, I think we're just different in, I guess, other areas. I've got to be honest, I don't know all of the stuff they do exactly.
Yeah.
I'm being completely transparent.
Yeah.
But we have screen magnification, true fonts, which keeps it crystal clear. We have use with Microsoft applications such as your Teams, your Word, Excel. Like I say, colour changing, custom cursors. So it does a lot, and it allows people to use the software and in a way that they need, basically, that's accessible for them, because everyone's individual.
Awesome. What's next from you guys at Dolphin? What is the exciting stuff that we'll see?
Yeah, well, I love that question. Yeah, thank you so much. So what we've got in the latest update of Supernova is Ask AI imagery. So what you can do is you can scan in, for example, family pictures, Christmas cards, and the AI will, almost like an alt text, will explain what it's seeing.
Yeah.
So you can, and then you can start to ask it. So you can say, well, what was my granddad wearing there? And it will go further in depth. So that's the exciting new feature that we've got at the moment.
Very good. And is there a lot of our listeners will be using things like Easy Reader? What does the future look like for Easy Reader?
Easy Reader, at the moment, I've got to be honest, I'm not sure 100% on the future of what's to come on Easy Reader. I've been focusing myself so much on Supernova at the moment. But so I mean, the main thing with Easy Reader, you can still customize it in a way that you need, and of course, get access to the 1.2 plus million books and
super,
education curriculum that you require.
Awesome stuff. Well, David, thank you so much for the chat. Really interesting stuff from you guys, and it's good to see a bit of competition in the space, at least, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Competition's healthy.
Absolutely. Fantastic. David, thank you so much.
Likewise, yourself, David. Thank you.
So I'm joined here with Sydney from the Thomas Pocklington Trust. Sydney, how are things?
Hello, good, thank you. How are you doing?
Excellent. So for those who don't know, do you want to tell me first of all a little bit about what the Thomas Pocklington Trust does?
Sure. So we are a national sightless charity. We're based in London, but we cover most of the UK. We have various different services. So I'm from the education team, but we also have a team offering employment support. We have an internship service. We're also involved in certain campaigns and things. So I'll tell you a little bit about my team, the education team. I'm in technology. So if you are interested in technology, if you go to Technology and Education on the Thomas Pocklington website, there's loads of web resources there all about cool, useful tech, which I've written myself.
Very good.
We've got colleagues here in the advice and guidance service. So for a blind or partially sighted student in the education system, if there's anything you do need advice or support on, that's what they are there for. There's a phone line and a form online you can contact them with. We've got an employment service who help blind and partially sighted people get into employment, and we've got our internship scheme where blind and partially sighted people can find internships with all sorts of different either sightless organisations, or we've got a couple of interns at Channel 4, some really exciting things. Yeah, so there's a lot going on.
There you go. Well, that's always good to have a lot going on.
Absolutely.
And tell me, how hard is it for people who are blind or visually impaired to get like roles in, different kind of mainstream industries now? Is it challenging still?
Definitely still challenging. I think it's about challenging perceptions, isn't it? It's about proving to employers actually there's things like access to work, if someone needs specialist tech, that there are ways. And I think the biggest issue is the perception of the employers who just don't think a partially sighted person could possibly do that job.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're challenging. So the internship scheme is really supportive. We pay a percentage of the wage.
Yeah.
So it's encouraging an employer to take on an intern, a blind or partially sighted intern. We sponsor it. We pay, like I say, we pay a percentage. We teach them, so they work 4 days for their chosen employer and 1 day a week training with us. So it is, and it's about. We've had all sorts of employers sign up for it now, and I think it's teaching people that actually this is how it's possible.
Yes.
Look how capable a blind or partially sighted person can be with the right tech or the right adjustments. So I hope we're doing our bit to sort of challenge that perception and to not solve that problem, but to at least try and help that problem.
Awesome stuff. So how can people find out more about what you do at TPT?
Definitely head to pocklington.org.uk. We've got a big website. There's resources, but there's also information about how you can get in touch with us if you do need support in a specific area. So yeah, head to our website.
Awesome stuff. Now I do want to briefly ask you, so that's Thomas Pocklington Trust. Your voice may be familiar to some particularly young people in Ireland because you were recently involved in voicing a character in an episode of the kids' TV series Maddie and Triggs, which of course is produced in Ireland. Do you want to tell me a little about that?
Yeah, I've been involved with Turnip and Duck, who make Maddie and Triggs, for about a year and a half now. I did some work with them. They did a fantastic conference in Bristol last year all about accessible media and accessible TV, and I was on a focus group in that. And then they asked me if I fancied doing a voiceover to play a loving guide dog owner, which I have to say was no acting at all.
Very good. Excellent
so
stuff.
Yeah, you will have heard my voice on there. I'm also a comedian, so you may have come across me on social media.
Super stuff. Excellent. So you really are keeping busy.
I'm so busy. I don't sleep very much.
That's visually impaired people generally, I think,
exactly,
isn't it?
Exactly.
There you go. Sydney, thank you so much, and keep up the great work at Thomas Pocklington Trust, the great comedy stuff. Really appreciate you chatting to us, and enjoy the rest of the event.
Thanks for talking to me.
And I am joined now. I have finally bumped into Mr. Amos Miller. How are you at Glide?
I'm well, David. Good to see you again.
Indeed. How have things been at Glide? I've noticed there was a Glide device on the move here earlier on.
Yeah, I have a couple of the Glide devices on the move here. It's first of all, it's been amazing, David. I think I saw you last in May or something, and a lot of water has gone under the bridge since.
Sure.
A lot of work on outdoor experiences, the updated device itself, which is literally just before its final touches before it goes into manufacturing. So it's been very, very hectic at Glidance in the last few months, and so we're here. We have the older device that we've had for a long time with all the new software, but we also are showing people the latest design of the device with the ability to collapse the stem and the ability. The cameras are all integrated into the handle, the really rugged base of the device, there's the snap-off wheels, all of these.
It's all
really
the stuff you talked about, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all now in the product, which is exciting.
We spoke on the podcast before about how you really wanted to take this at a reasonable pace, get this right. Are you happy with the pace of progress now? How do you feel things are, going as you head towards launch?
Yeah, fingers crossed, things are going well. I think the main long pole or the critical path, as we often refer to it, is getting more devices.
Yeah.
Okay, to get more devices, we need to get through the manufacturing phase so that we're not handcrafting each device.
Yeah.
And we're really at the cusp of getting into that, so that will unlock many more devices that we can get to more people, get to people's homes, home routes. We are already doing home routes in Seattle with people with our custom devices. And so once we have more devices, we'll be really on the final stretch before we can start to roll the devices out to pioneers in the spring.
You're getting exciting now. It's really you're getting close. Like there's only a month and a bit left this year, and then not that long till spring.
I would say a month and a week and a half. We count every bit of month as well.
Excellent. Yeah, it's an exciting time. So Amos, thanks so much. I am going to catch up as well with Maya in a bit, who has been doing a lot of the behind the scenes work. And just to catch up on her side of the product. But you're doing some great stuff, so thanks as always for chatting to us.
A joy, David. Thank you for being on the journey with us and keeping everybody with us.
Absolutely. So I'm here at a table in Site Village with Maya from Glide. So Maya, we haven't spoken to you before, but you're working on the machine vision aspects of Glide. What does that look like, I guess? What does that day-to-day involve?
Day-to-day, there's a lot of different challenges, a lot of different aspects of the machine learning and vision. One is just the model development itself. The other one is data collection, how we train the models, planning different issues or planning on what could happen.
Yeah.
So that's the other aspect. And then the third one, the biggest one, is the entire pipeline. How we collect it, automate as much as possible. How we collect the data, how we train it, how we deploy different things, how to ensure that we get the accuracy of predictions that we want. So a lot of different things.
So how has the product evolved since you started working on it? It's come a long way now, you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. So we are building our own database since, for example, if you look at different autonomous driving issues, like driving on the road, you've got lots of publicly available data sets that you can use. So a lot of data that is already annotated and just ready to be used. We have a different challenge, which is navigating sidewalks, different paths. So we've got forest paths, for example, or just things that are not in any of the public data sets. So we started with some publicly available models, and now we've evolved to have our own data sets, building our own data sets, and training our models, which help us navigate the sidewalks.
What are the challenges you're facing right now, and what needs to be kind of solved before Glide is ready for prime time, I guess?
Let me think for a second.
Yeah, take your time. That's fine.
Well, the biggest challenge I think is, so AI and machine learning is a big field, and everybody talks about it and how capable the models are and how big and what they can do. The biggest challenge is we are limited with some of the technology, so things have to be super fast, super small, have to run on really small device.
Yeah.
And that's a challenge on its own. We cannot use one of the big models on the devices. And of course the data itself, how to collect it, where to collect it, and ensuring that we cover variety of different scenarios, situations, weather conditions. So lots of challenges.
How did you get into working on Glide? Is this what you imagined when you were looking at this field?
So I've previously worked, since since my, let's say, school days, I've been always interested in vision.
Okay.
So I've been working in this field, I don't know, in years, 10 years maybe?
Nice.
So yeah, mostly vision tasks. I've worked with some of the members in Glide before, and that's how I got introduced. We saw that we are a match.
Yeah.
And that's it.
The story started from there.
Yes.
Maya, thank you so much for giving us this insight into where Glide is going and the kind of the behind the scenes of how it all works. But thank you so much, and best of luck as you head to launch next year.
Thank you so much.
So we are here at Site Village Day 2, where, believe it or believe it not, outside it is currently snowing in London. It's actually snowing. I managed to sneak in slightly early, and by the sounds of it, lots of other people did too. So let's get down to business. Let's have some chats with some companies here at Day 2 of Site Village in London. So I'm joined here by Anthony from Thameslink Railway, and Anthony, you were telling me just now about the IRA service that you have across your rail network. How does that work, and how are people using it, I guess?
Good to talk to you, David. So IRA is an app. It's not a wrap that we own, but we basically enable the app across all of our stations. So what does IRA do? IRA is basically a navigational app which enables the user to, by their mobile phone, to contact an advisor who can then do all sorts of things to help the user navigate their way around. So, for example, by accessing the camera on the phone, it enables the user to be given guided assistance. So, for example, in a station environment, that might be a simple task like finding the ticket office, helping to buy a sandwich in the station retail outlet, finding a member of staff, looking up train running information. So it's a really useful tool, and we've had a lot of feedback from blind and visually impaired customers who basically have said, this is just one of the ways that can help give them confidence travelling around our stations.
Awesome.
And IRA is available across all of the around 240 Thameslink stations that we have across our 4 brands. That covers Thameslink, Southern, Great Northern and Gatwick Express.
Awesome. And tell me, I guess, so that service exists. We had a conversation just before this about, usage of services like that. How important is it for people, first of all, even just to use the service, but also to, share how they found the service? How does that benefit you guys as the operator?
It benefits our customers insofar as we want to enable everyone to travel confidently, to break down any barriers. So by giving customers who want that independent navigational assistance around our stations, IRA, we know, gives them that opportunity. One of the key points I'm really keen to talk about is the more feedback we get from blind, partially sighted customers helps us really understand the extent to which IRA is benefiting those customers using our stations. We have a very easy to use feedback form on any of our websites, that's Thameslink, Southern, Great Northern or Gatwick Express. And the more feedback we get from users of IRA, the more we can understand those benefits, and that helps us justify us covering the access cost that we at Thameslink Railway cover to enable those users to access IRA at no cost to themselves.
Sure. Awesome stuff. Well, Anthony, thank you so much. I'm sure that some of our UK listeners will benefit from the service. But for now, thanks so much for contributing, and enjoy the rest of Site Village.
That's great. Thank you, David.
So I'm joined here by Peter from Index Braille. Peter, firstly, what does Index Braille do?
Well, Index Braille, we are a manufacturer of Braille embossers located in the very northern part of Sweden.
Okay. And for those who don't know, Peter, what is a Braille embosser?
A Braille embosser is, you can say it's like a regular printer, but the difference is instead of printing ink, it strikes dot on a paper for creating Braille material such as Braille books, tactile graphics and so on.
Okay, and have you seen a jump in use of tactile graphics in recent years?
Yes, I would say so.
Awesome.
I would say so, yes.
Excellent stuff. And how can people find out more about what you guys are doing at Index Braille?
Well, you can go to Index Braille webpage at indexbraille.com and you will find more information about what we do and our embossers.
Super stuff. Peter, thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you, thank you.
So I'm joined here by Bhavna from Stargardts Connected. Bhavna, do you want to tell me a little bit about what you guys do and what Stargardts is, first of all?
Yeah, so Stargardts is a inherited retinal condition. It's a rare condition and it affects central vision. So diagnosis typically happens in adolescence, but people can be diagnosed when they're younger or when they're older, and there's no current treatment or cure.
Okay, and what does Stargardts Connected do?
So our three pillars, our three aims around raising awareness, giving support and seeking a cure. So we try to raise awareness because it's a rare condition and many people haven't heard of it. In terms of giving support, we know how important it is that when you have got a rare condition that you don't want to feel lonely, you want to find other people, your tribe. So what we do is that we support the community with online events. We have regular Zoom sessions and we also do in-person events. So we have like family picnics, we have conferences. So the idea is that no one affected by Stargardts feels alone. And in terms of seeking a cure, we try to fund research, we try to stimulate research. We've got a patient register, community register, and on there people can register and they can be linked up locally if they want to, but also if they consent to, they can find out about future trials and things. So
awesome. So I suppose it could be an impossible question to answer. How is technology bringing us closer to a cure for a condition like Stargardts? Are we getting closer to that?
I think I think there's definitely been a revolution, I think, in terms of advances in terms of technology and also research. So, there are in terms of research itself, scientific research, we have got pharma companies and biotech companies that are interested in are actually conducting clinical trials. So it's gene therapy mainly and drug therapy.
Similar to RP in that respect.
Very similar. So that's very exciting. So there is definitely hope for a future treatment. In terms of technology, definitely. I mean, we've got AI, we've got, that's really advanced recently. So things like using technology on your phone and on your on your computers, and even things like yesterday we had a Meta Ray-Ban that came and were on our stand, and they were using that, talking about how we can use Meta Ray-Bans to help you navigate and become more independent. So I definitely think there's been a big advance in that, which is fantastic for our community.
Stuff. Brilliant stuff. Well, Bhavna, thank you so much. Best of luck with the rest of the event. And how can people find out more?
Yes, so we've got a website. You can visit our website at stargartsconnected.org.uk. I'm going to spell
I was just going to ask because it is a tricky one.
Yeah, so Stargardts Connected. So Stargardts is StargardtsConnected. That's Stargardts Connected, then it's .org.uk, so .org.uk. So definitely reach out, and on there you can reach out. We've got our on our homepage. You can subscribe to our mailing list, or or contact us if you want to find out a bit more.
Brilliant stuff. I always forget about that D in Stargardts, but thank you so much, and best of luck with the rest of the event.
Thank you very much.
So I'm joined here by Karst from Luna. So I love the name, by the way, first of all. But what is Luna?
So Luna is a company that develops night vision glasses for people who are night blind.
Okay. And how does the technology work? So you're here with Sight and Sound today.
Yeah. So Sight and Sound is our distributor in the United Kingdom. And the technology works in the following way. We have a special night vision camera that we've embedded in the frame of a regular pair of glasses. They're a little bit thicker than regular pair of glasses because we put a lot of technology into the frame. And it's kind of recreating what military night vision goggles do, but then in full color and in a very compact form factor, especially designed for people who are night blind, so they can use this to go out and about, walk to the bus stop, go to school, friends and family. And the special thing about these glasses is that we try to make them look as much as possible as a regular pair of glasses, so people don't feel stigmatized while wearing the technology. And that's why we also chose that name. We don't want a name that signals, okay, this is a piece of assistive technology. We want people to feel like it's a regular brand that they're using, and we have taken that thought and put it through the whole design process. So also how you control the glasses, you can do that very inconspicuous by holding the frame and just pressing a couple of buttons on the underside of the temple. So yeah, we try to recreate the same experience you have with regular glasses, but then the twist is it helps you to see in low light conditions.
So how, I suppose, then does this work for someone with low vision? How much vision do they need to have for this to work? Because this is obviously a totally visual thing, so it's for low vision, not for no vision.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's a good question. You need about, in my experience, about 10% of visual acuity in your central vision to be able to use the glasses effectively. If you have a restricted visual field, that's no problem.
Okay.
But you need the 10% to be able to interpret those images that the glasses provide to you.
And do the glasses have speakers and stuff like that? Could they gain features that are auditory in the future? So things like, we're seeing things like Meta smart glasses now using their cameras in interesting ways. Could your glasses conceivably do that in the future?
So currently, it does not have speakers built into the device. We're thinking about that, for doing that for the next version. Currently, we have a vibration motor because some people who are night blind, they have Usher syndrome, and that's where you have vision loss, but also hearing loss. So we want the glasses to vibrate, for example, to tell you that the battery, for example, is almost empty, or that they have booted correctly. So we're letting the frame vibrate in that case, instead of doing it with audio. And we also don't do it with like little icons, because obviously the visual acuity for some of the users might be too low to perceive the icons. So that's why we're doing mostly vibration to indicate stuff to people, and then the visual aspect is just the view the glasses give you, and it's just what you see normally. The easiest way to imagine is during daytime, for example, in an overcast sky, you can create the exact same visual experience, but then at nighttime.
Okay, awesome stuff. I'm going to ask the awkward question now, and that is one of cost. How much do these kind of glasses cost these days?
Yeah, so we're now doing an early adopter program, and we're building only 50 units for this first batch, and we're selling those for 2,800, so 2,800 pounds.
Yeah.
For me, it's not too much of an awkward question.
Yeah.
Assistive technology is expensive because you're building something really bespoke for a small target group.
Yeah.
And we really went out of our way to make this as small as possible, to make it really look like regular glasses, and that of course makes it more expensive.
Yeah.
But that's a decision we made because from scientific research, we found that a lot of people, if the headset or the glasses is too conspicuous, even though it can correct their visual disability, people will just not wear it. So we think it's worth the extra cost to make it in such a way that people don't feel stigmatized, and that it's something they can really use in public spaces without feeling ashamed, without communicating their medical dossier to the people around them. So
how do people find out more? Do you have a website and stuff?
Yeah, they can contact Sight and Sound if they're interested. We also have a website. It's www.seawithluna.com. They can also find us on Instagram through the same handle, seawithluna.
Seawithluna. Karst, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And thanks for coming over to Sight Village.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm joined here by Jess from the Big Purple Phone. You guys have great branding, by the way. So what is the Big Purple Phone?
So the Big Purple Phone is an easy-to-use smartphone designed for people with low vision, and also it's great for people with cognitive decline or seniors.
Okay.
So it's just got a really simple interface, so it's really easy to use. big icons.
Straightforward enough. Okay.
Yeah.
And I suppose, how does it differ then from a regular smartphone? It's those big icons. What can this do that I guess a regular smartphone can't? Or is it just about kind of putting that in a more simple interface?
Yeah, so it can call, it can message, it can video call, take photos. It can do all those things that a regular smartphone can do.
Yeah.
But because it's designed for people with low vision, and cognitive decline, we've made it very picture driven.
Okay.
So it's got big icons and all the contacts are really big as well. So you've got big photos of the contact instead of just the words around the screen. And we've also got an SOS button,
Awesome.
which is something that smartphones don't usually have.
And one of the things I thought was interesting is you can, let's say a family member can remotely manage things on the phone. So they can add the contacts remotely or whatever the case may be. So you can manage everything remotely?
Yeah, you can just log on to the carers portal.
Okay.
And you can change all the settings. You can decide who can access the phone, who can call the phone, who can message the phone, what apps the user has access to. So that the user of the phone can just use the phone as a phone. They don't
Awesome.
need to do any of the settings themselves.
And next year, so it doesn't currently have a voice input, but that is coming. Tell me all about Violet.
Yeah, so it's sort of going to work like Siri. Violet will just be an AI voice assistant, which is going to help the user to use the phone even easier. It's going to be even easier for them. So they could just say, "Hey Violet, bring up my email," and Violet will bring out the email, so the person doesn't need to touch the phone at all.
Okay,
So,
awesome. How can people find out more about the Big Purple phone?
Yeah, so they can go to our website, which is bigpurplephone.co.uk.
Okay.
Or they can reach out to Sight & Sound, who are our UK distributors. And they're really great.
Excellent stuff. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you, you too.
Joining me now is Tom from the Royal National College for the Blind. Tom, do you want to tell me a little bit about what you guys do, where you're based? What's the story with the College for the Blind?
Yeah, sure. So the Royal National College for the Blind is a specialist residential college for young people with a visual impairment aged 16 to 25, based in Hereford, which is on the England-Wales border.
Yep.
RNC offers a unique educational experience with a range of academic and vocational courses on offer from entry level all the way up to A level and level 3 equivalent. Students are supported alongside their education with mobility training, independent living skills, IT skills, Braille, and a range of extracurricular activities that range from sports to different clubs. Students can get involved in during their time studying with us.
Very good. I do ask this question every time I kind of come across kind of colleges for the blind and other kind of organisations like that. How does it compare to mainstream education, and what are the differences, and is one necessarily better than the other, or how do you feel on it?
So I'd say it's a very individual approach. So at the moment at RNC we've got 105 students. What we work on is a very individualised timetable to support students. So we're still offering the same mainstream qualifications that you'd find in mainstream colleges. It's just taught in small class sizes, which allows for students to independently learn, and it allows for that next step onto university and a better transition to university. RNC isn't the right place for everyone, but for those people that want that more independence, to come and live away from home, to gain the skills of becoming independent alongside sort of independently learning with their studies. It works, and it allows students to thrive in that environment as well.
Okay, awesome. How can people find out more?
Yeah, so we've got a range of ways of finding out more, but the best way would be to visit our website, which is www.rnc.ac.uk. We've got a range of courses, links to events, and different promotional videos that people can find out more on.
Fantastic. Tom, thank you so much and enjoy the rest of Sight Village.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Right, so I am now at the stand for Pacflatt, and you guys in front of me, Duncan, have some ballot paper templates, some tactile ballot paper templates. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what we've got here?
Yeah, what we have here is the McGonagall Reader. This is a product that we are looking to already have products in place in the UK. It is a overlay that sits on top of the ballot paper, and it provides an audio output to allow the visually impaired voter to navigate the system on their own, to be able to vote independently without a third party to interact with them.
Super. So I have the devices in front of me here, and I can actually feel along. So along the side, it's similar to the standard ballot paper templates in Ireland, which I believe you guys make actually.
Yes, we make the BBTs for the Republic of Ireland, slightly different in terms of the product you currently have, which utilises obviously a third party to read the details, but it's a Velcro and polypropylene layer. This is a polypropylene layer with a electronic membrane to it and a series of mouldings for marking apertures.
Okay, so in front of me here, so there are buttons on it that I can feel. So I can press a button on this and it will read out the template or the candidate to me. So if I press this, I think I have to hold it.
Adedeji, Lisa. 17 The Parade, Anytown, XY95KP. The Pineapple Party.
And then I can move down, so I can go down to the third candidate.
Chowdhury, Suresh. With an address in Anytown. The Banana Party.
Perfect. And what I liked about it, and your colleague showed me this a minute ago, is I can open the template at the side. So I can open the kind of door as you would on the template. And then if I want to confirm, I just actually press down on the door to confirm I guess the name of the one that I have opened. So I'll actually open a different one. So I'm going to open this one and I'm going to press down on it.
Owalabi, Bola. For the Walk, Anytown, XY95JJ. The Raspberry Party.
Super, and I can then close that down as well. And if there is no candidate, I can open, one that doesn't have a candidate on it. I just press down.
No candidate.
Super, there you go, and it tells you all of that. So there are also buttons obviously for reading the full list, and these are all tactile and easy to feel as well. I can confirm that. But one of the things I wanted to talk to yourself, Duncan, about is ye have just in recent weeks won a tender for Ireland. So do you want to tell me a little bit about that? What's going to be happening in Ireland? How will this change elections and referendums in Ireland going forward?
Basically, there's going to be an upgrade to the product that's currently in place. We're at have won the tender, and we're just about to start negotiations about what the final product will look like. The current product is a combination of a Velcro fingered door to close over the marking aperture, accompanied by Braille and a tactile numbers. What we're moving towards is, with the UK product that we have here, the McGonagall Reader, we have a very accurate system, which is the hinged doors that you've spoken of.
Yeah.
They mean that you're only able to open one door at a time and know that your mark is going to go where you consider it to go.
Yes.
So that's an important factor in the voter accuracy. It means that you are able to, through the RNIB's own independent testing, they've got a 93 to 94% success rate for first-time users on the McGonagall Reader. So it means the likelihood of you casting the vote as you wish it to be extremely high.
Okay.
Now, in other products, the BBTs in the Republic of Ireland, they are obviously a product that's been in place. This has got a greater accuracy, and that's not what we're looking to bring to the Republic.
How does that accuracy compare with the Irish product? Do you have a percentage on that?
I don't have a percentage on that. It obviously is pretty accurate because it starts off in a very similar vein, that the aperture is already covered and you have to reveal it. What you don't get with that is the audio feedback. It's purely tactile, so it's relying on you to be able to identify either the Braille or the raised numeral.
Okay, interesting. So you guys are going to be working on this over the next little while for referendums and elections in Ireland. You're based in Derry as well.
That's right.
Awesome stuff. So listen, this is really important stuff. So do keep us in the loop as to this stuff. And thank you so much for telling our listeners all about it.
Thank you very much for asking us.
I am joined here at the stand for Inside Vision by Eric, and they have two really cool Braille laptops in front of me. So Eric, we've got two devices here. We've got the Inside One Plus and the Inside Supra. Do you want to tell me a little bit about these two devices here?
Yes, of course. So the Inside Vision, the company has developed two products. So the Inside One Plus, the one with the touch matrix, a big screen of 10 inches wide, and the other one, Inside Supra, with physical keys.
Yeah.
Both products are running either Windows 11 Home Edition or Pro Edition, and the specifications are exactly the same for both products. That means you have an i7 processor, you have a 16 gigs of RAM, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 2 microphones, 4 small speakers of 2 watts each, and then you have 2 USB-C ports. You have i7 processor with the 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigabyte for the SSD and NVMe hard disk. You can also have a 512 gigabyte or 1 terabyte. You also have micro SD card slot, micro HDMI, and then the jack for the headphones.
Okay, so I'm feeling the two devices in front of me here. So the Inside Supra first has a Braille kind of display at the bottom. I think there's 32 cell?
32, right.
32 cell. And you've got above that then you've got the Perkins keyboard, and you've got some function keys up top as well, all tactile, which is really cool. And you've got a similar design then on the Inside One Plus, although the difference with this one is you've got the display at the bottom, but it's a touch screen, so it's not physical buttons. You actually have an indentation, I guess, of the Perkins keyboard. Would that be an accurate description, I guess?
Absolutely. Just let me add something that you have outside the screen. You have specific zone. You have a right slider, vertical one, for the arrow keys. This one.
There we go. Yeah.
You just cross through left to right, top to bottom, bottom to top, and double tap to validate.
Yeah.
You have the same on the left side, but the same slider on the left side is for the sighted people. That means if you're sighted, you don't know Braille, you just put your finger for 5 seconds and you see the QWERTY keyboard, which is appearing on the windows, on the screen, sorry.
Yeah.
And then the product becomes a full tactile tablet.
Very cool.
So it's for the sighted only. You just close your keyboard and you come back to the Braille mode. And you have a long slider just above the 32 cells for replacing mechanical writing cursors.
Super. And the One Plus, the Inside One Plus, has a camera on the front and the back here.
Yes,
the Supra doesn't, is that correct?
No, that's correct.
Okay, awesome. And tell me, how much do these devices cost? They're expensive, although they are really cool.
Well, they are in the like the other note takers. You have VAT included for the Inside One Plus here in the UK, £6,000.
Yeah.
And for the Inside Supra, the price is £5,500.
Fantastic, excellent, Eric. Thank you so much for telling me about this. Really cool products.
Thank you very much.
And appreciate the time. Enjoy the rest of Site Village.
Thank you. You too.
So I'm joined here by Paul from the Torch Trust, is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Awesome. So do you want to tell me a little bit about what you guys do?
Yes, Torch Trust for the Blind is a Christian charity. We're the only one that we know of in the UK. I don't think there's any more. We provide Bibles and accessible Christian literature, from non-fiction books to fiction books, commentaries on the Bible, Bible reading notes, whatever. But of course we do lots of Bibles. We send them all over the world as well. A lot to Africa and India at the minute. Too. And it's good to be here at Site Village in London, letting people know about us.
Super stuff. And how can people find out more?
Well, the easiest way is to go onto our website, torchtrust.org. You can get any information that you want on there. But we also have the Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, I believe, now as well.
There you go. So you're getting down with the young people.
Absolutely,
there you
go.
Are. Very good. Excellent stuff. Listen, Paul, thank you so much. Glad to see you here at Site Village, and thanks so much for coming over.
Thank you very much. Lovely to meet you as well, David.
So I'm joined here by Lorna from New College Worcester. Do you want to tell me, first of all, for those who don't know, what is New College Worcester?
Hi,
Okay. So we're a school in Worcestershire for blind and vision impaired young people.
Yeah.
We're a secondary school, so we take children from aged 11 to 19 from all across the country. So we have a few day students, but we have also weekly boarders and full boarders. We're a non-maintained special school, which means that the fees for the children are paid for by their own local authority.
Okay.
And we teach the national curriculum, so GCSEs, A-levels, foundation courses, pretty much any course you would find in a mainstream comprehensive. But what makes us a bit different is that we also, in that timetable, in the school day, we also offer the skills, so independent living skills, mobility, Braille and access technology that are, particularly important for young people who are vision impaired, just in terms of sort of independence for life beyond our school.
Awesome. And how many students do you have right now?
So we have 50 at the moment.
Okay.
We have capacity for some more.
Okay.
We take students from year 7 all the way through to a 13 plus year.
Super.
And then after school and at weekends we run a programme of sort of school clubs and activities that are kind of designed to be fun and for building sort of friendships, but also for building confidence and kind of that self-esteem and those experiences in terms of being able to live like a really full and enjoyable life as well beyond our school.
Awesome. So I guess I asked this question to some others here as well. What are the advantages of specialised education for blind and visually impaired people versus mainstream education, I guess?
Okay. So I believe that families should have a choice, certainly. And I think it's important that they know that specialist education is an option.
Mm-hmm.
I think for some children it's an absolute lifeline. A comprehensive secondary school is huge, noisy, quite difficult environment to navigate. We're dealing with a lot of different staff. It can be really overwhelming and socially potentially can be quite isolating.
Okay.
I think one of the advantages with our school and other specialist education settings is it's smaller class sizes. All of our teachers are QTVIs or training to be QTVIs, so they have that kind of specialist knowledge. The curriculum is designed so that children are able to partake of the full curriculum, so they're not missing PE to go and do a Braille lesson, and they're not missing art to go and have a mobility lesson. It's and they can fully access the whole curriculum. So we find ways for our students to actually get involved with, for example, science practicals. We have some real experts in terms of Braille code, so for music Braille, and for maths and for some of those other subjects. It's a chance for students who that's their subjects. They can really excel. I think.
Yeah, for sure. And how many, I would say, the students now will be kind of blind and visually impaired versus blind and visually impaired plus maybe an additional need?
So in our school, every student is blind or vision impaired, and then we do have also some who are probably not dissimilar from the profile you would get in a mainstream secondary school. So we have some children who show autistic traits, we have some children with hearing impairments as well, maybe with some social, emotional, mental health difficulties.
Yes.
So we do have a kind of full spectrum in that respect.
Okay.
But we aren't a school for sort of severe learning difficulties or mobility issues. We're
specifically for blind and visually impaired.
So what we say is the vision impairment is the main barrier to learning.
Yeah.
But obviously, people are
individual
and way more interesting than that.
Okay, awesome stuff. How can people find out more if they want to?
Okay, so our website, www.ncw.co.uk, has all the information about our school, also information about events that we run for families and events that we run for professionals working with children who are vision impaired. So that's probably the first port of call, and we are always happy to have people come and visit us. So come to lovely Worcestershire and come and see us as well.
Well, brilliant. Listen, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of Sight Village.
Thank you very much.
So I'm joined here by Alex from the Clear Vision Project. Alex, do you want to tell me a little bit about, first of all, what's in your stand and what you guys do?
Sure. So we run a postal lending library. Most of our books are mainstream children's books that have been adapted to include Braille as well as the print and pictures, so they're designed for sharing.
Yeah.
And we also have tactile picture books we loan out through schools, sensory support services, children's centres and playgroups and things. And they've all got the print and the Braille, but they've also got pictures that you can touch as well. And they're designed to be kind of realistic textures, so a child can relate what they're touching back to the things they've touched and felt in the real world.
Awesome. And how do what kind of difference are tactile graphics making these days?
So we see children usually at their beginning learning stage of tactile graphics. So children who borrow from us might then go on to understand sort of more abstract concepts and use tactile maps and diagrams at school.
Yeah.
But we've also got lots of children who just enjoy the pictures
and the feel as such.
Yeah, and enjoying a picture for its own sake.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome stuff. So how can people find out a bit more about what you guys do?
So we've got a website which is www.clearvisionproject.org. Our phone number is 0208 789 9575, or you can email us, which is info @clearvisionproject.org.
Brilliant stuff. Alex, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of Sight Village.
Thank you.
So I'm joined here now by Elaine from Writing Your Wellbeing. So Elaine, what does this organisation Writing Your Wellbeing do, first of all?
Okay, David. Writing Your Wellbeing offers sensory creative writing packs for wellbeing. These are self-help packs for people that target various emotional or mental health conditions such as loss or trauma, anxiety, stress and depression. They are sensory packs, so each of the exercises includes an essential oil that is integrated into the creative writing exercises.
Okay.
And we offer these packs in text, Braille and audio.
Okay, so how does someone interact? Let's say I want support from somewhere like yourselves. What does the process look like? How does this work?
Well, you would ideally go to our website and you'd look at the different creative writing packs that were available. So you might decide, well, no, I want an audio pack to help me deal with loss.
Okay.
You would literally download it to your inbox.
Okay.
And that would be £7.
Yeah.
You might then say, right, well, I need a certain essential oil as part of that. So
Yeah.
you would then go to another part of the website. Or you might say, right, I need something to help me deal with an unresolved trauma.
Yeah.
And you would just pick a pack that dealt with trauma, click on it, add it to your cart, and we would send it to you.
Okay, excellent stuff. And how can people find out more then? Is there's a website and stuff people can go to?
Yes, we do have a website. We're www.writingyourwellbeing.com, and on the website there will be our telephone number and email address, so people are welcome to contact us, and we've had people here today from as far away as Iceland.
Super, excellent. And do you ship to Europe?
Yes.
You do. Fantastic. Yes. Well, Writing Your Wellbeing, Elaine, thank you so much. Appreciate it. So I'm joined here at Sight Village by Creenal from TravelHands. Do you want to tell me, first of all, what do TravelHands do for those who aren't familiar with the service?
Yes. Hello, my name is Creenal. TravelHands is a charity that helps visually impaired people to find a volunteer so they can go anywhere in London from point A to point B.
Perfect. So I guess, let's say I come to London, I have there's a TravelHands app, I think, isn't it?
Yes, so there is application as well as for the VIP, we have customer care number as well. So you can just call and book your journey.
Okay. And you have volunteers available. So let's say I want to go from, a certain hotel to wherever. I can book assistance through TravelHands,
Yes.
and you pay a nominal fee for that then as well, and the volunteer assists you.
Yes. So VIP for like 3-hour journey we charge £3, and up to 5-hour journey we charge £5. Our all volunteer are enhanced DBS check, and they undergo training how to be with a VIP.
Yes, excellent. So so it's kind of like I guess somewhat like a Be My Eyes kind of, you know, A to B assistance, but in person, I guess.
In person, yes. We are very Uber-like model, to be very honest.
Okay.
Yeah, you can like request a journey anytime, and volunteer have the flexibility to accept and reject the journey.
Okay.
Yes.
Super. How can people find out more about what you guys do?
Okay, so our website is www.travelhands.co.uk.
Super.
And our application is available on App Store as well as in the Google Play Store.
Super. And it's good to note that TravelHands isn't available in the Republic of Ireland, but if people are travelling over to London, it is a handy tool to have in the toolbox.
Yes.
Fantastic. Excellent. Karina, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
So I'm joined here by Jess from VocalEyes. And Jess, do you want to tell me a little bit about what VocalEyes do?
Yes, of course. So we're a charity that works within the arts to help people who are blind and visually impaired to still go out and enjoy the theatre, museums, galleries and heritage sites, and that's using audio description. So there's lots of different theatre shows you can go and see to, book in for the audio described performance. You get given a headset to listen to it on, and there's also a touch tour generally before the show where you can find out more, go and touch some of the props and costumes. And at museums we often do different recorded guides, so you can go and explore, find out more in detail about description about what's on at the museum or gallery.
Awesome. Now, I love theatre, Jess. I've already seen 2 West End shows this week, but neither of those had audio description when I saw them. How common is audio description in theatre these days?
Oh, it's very common these days. So,
is it? Good.
Yes, so VocalEyes alone, we do 250 audio described performances per year, and
Wow.
that's the VocalEyes ones. There's other audio description companies and in-house describers as well at theatres, so it is definitely very prolific. There's lots of audio description you can go and see, and you can always, I mean, if it's not listed on our website or in our What's On guide, you can contact your local theatre directly to find out if they've got any audio described performances coming up.
Fantastic. And you even do have some stuff. You've got an exhibition that's open in Dublin right now.
That's right, yes, at Chester Beatty at Dublin Castle, the Manuscripts of the Mind exhibition, and you can go and see that until the 1st of March. So there's audio description that's available through QR codes at the exhibition.
That's awesome. Really cool stuff. And listen, thank you so much. This is a really important service, and it's great to see it becoming more common. But for now, thank you so much, Jess. Appreciate it.
Brilliant, thank you.
So I'm joined here by Martin Roberts from HumanWare. Martin, do you want to tell me, we've heard a lot about the Braille Note before, but you're coming out with a new product soon, the Braille Note Evolve. Do you want to tell me about the Braille Note Evolve?
Sure. The Braille Note Evolve is a Braille Note. We're using elements of Keysoft, but within Windows this time. So we found that Android is quite difficult to maintain. When you get the hardware, you probably only get 1 or 2 updates of Android on that. In fact, I think our competition have managed to do 1 update on their the Braille Centre, and they'll be updating for a new machine in the future, not too. So, we want to get away from having to do that. And what we typically find is that Android has been lasting people about 4 years before things start falling off. Because if you're a blindness company, you inevitably develop slower than a sighted company would.
Sure.
So you don't end up on Android 16 when it's out. You end up on Android 14 or 15 because it takes that long to develop.
Yes.
So we've decided that we're going to get out of that rat race. I mean rat race in the best possible way. It's just like you're always scrambling to catch up. So we decided we're going to go for a full Windows 11 device.
Okay. So you mentioned that it's going to have some elements of Keysoft. So what is going to be coming over, essentially?
So, what we're doing, I've got one there. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it because it's quite loud.
Hopefully, yeah, we'll see.
This is alpha software, so it's not finished. Okay, this is alpha. It's not even beta. So.
All apps on Braille editor, GPRF 1 of 11.
So we've got a Braille editor that we usually have, and I'm just going through with my thumb keys.
XL 2 of 11.
You might have heard XL there.
XL, yeah.
File manager, math editor, key math 4 of 11. Microsoft Edge 5 of 11.
Microsoft Edge.
Teams 6 of 11. Outlook Classic 7 of 11.
So we've got Outlook.
So you've got
here.
your main those are standard
PowerPoint.
Windows
They are.
applications. Yeah.
But I'm going to open up Word.
Document 2. Word.
Now I can press.
Layout page 1 section
Now
1.
that's nothing unusual in saying document 2 Word.
Yeah.
But now I can use all my Keysoft hotkeys. I can use space with CH for spell check, space with I for document info, enter with U for underline, enter with B for bold. I can write justify. I can press a key to enter a table. I can use Copilot. So I'm now dictating with Copilot live. This could go really wrong.
I take it now dictating with Copilot live. This could.
So we got that.
There you go.
So this could. So and it's all coming up in Braille.
Excellent.
But what we've also done is we've decided, well, that's not much. That's not enough.
Okay.
So we can go into our context menu, because the ribbing can be quite difficult for a lot of people.
Sure.
Including me, actually. I find it sometimes bamboozling. So if I go into the ribbon.
Functions grouping 1 of 2.
So we've got functions, file functions, edit functions. So if I go into something like editing functions on here.
Yeah.
Spell check space plus dots 1 6/F7 1 of
So you got space plus CH spell check.
Yes.
It's giving us the Braille commands that we've got simplified menus, but we can do things from these menus like insert tables, like adjust font size.
And what's that using that's using self-voicing for the screen reader, or
we're actually powered by NVDA. We're happy to say.
Yeah.
So NVDA's open source, and we've been working with them. Stuff will be going both ways from us to NVDA.
So is that effectively working as a script or an add-on over the NVDA kind of setup? Is that kind of how you're doing that?
NVDA is based on add-ons. That's the whole point of NVDA,
Sure.
is that you can use them. But because NVDA is open source, we can actually go in there and change things.
Okay.
So we'll be changing maybe the way that their Braille is. So we're writing our own Braille entry. We have a certain kind of Braille that we like at HumanWare, and we want that's Duxbury tables, being able to edit maybe more fluidly.
So this is going to lead to NVDA generally working a bit better with all Braille displays, presumably down the line.
Well, there'll be some elements we can maybe give back, but there'll be some that we just can't for intellectual reasons. So there will be things that go, hopefully, both ways. NVDA is open source, so anything we put back, that can go back.
Super.
The other thing to mention is that this is a 32 cell.
Yeah.
We're also having a 20 cell, which will just be a smaller Braille display but cheaper.
Okay.
And then in the summer we'll have a QWERTY version as well. So there'll be a 40 cell QWERTY. I don't know if you're in a position to hold something.
Yeah, I can definitely try. Yeah, there's a bit of weight to it, but it's a good. It seems like a good kind of design for sure.
It's very light. So I mean, when you compare it to this is a laptop with a Braille display, right?
Yeah.
And it's a full Windows machine.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's 32.
Similar to we looked earlier, not to mention a competitor now, but we looked at the inside. What is it? The U Plus or the One Plus?
So where we differ,
and the.
What we differ here is that we have Keysoft as a extra for people who maybe need that.
Sure.
You don't need to just use. I mean, you can run JAWS on this thing.
Yeah.
And it's got 32 gig of RAM, so we're looking at very much future-proof.
That's decent.
And you can run SoundForge and edit if you want to edit files. You can certainly run GoldWave or Reaper or whatever you want on this. This is going to take it quite a quad-core. Ultra processor on here. We're not announcing which one just yet because we want it to be a bit of a surprise. Once the initial launch stuff's out.
You may be able to answer this. You may not yet. Give me a guesstimate price-wise as to where we're looking.
Yeah, sure. I can give it you in pounds, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's all right.
So the Braille Note is 5,000 at the moment.
Yeah.
For the Touch Plus. And that's recently changed, and I'll explain that in a minute.
Yeah.
And this is going to be around the 5.4 mark.
Okay.
So the Braille Note, when I started HumanWare 21 years ago, was 5,400. So then he went to 5, and this is going to be 5.4. So it's actually, when you consider 21 years have passed, this is a full-fledged Windows laptop with Braille display.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that, instead of updating your hardware every 4 years with Android or 3-4 years, we're hoping that we can make this, this is Windows 11, so we're going to get updates for a long time on this device.
Is the Touch going to stay on the market?
It is, and we're repositioning this I guess, at the casual user who doesn't need much online access. As you know, Android stuff does get out of date with security patches and stuff. So they will tend to say, okay, well, we don't want you to put this on our network. So what we're doing is we're saying we're going to call it My First Note Taker. So we've got all the learning tables and stuff on all our note takers and shortly on all our Braille displays, like for learning Braille. But that will go to... so we're going to say, take this into school. You know, you've got your 6, 7, 8-year-olds. Give them electronic Braille as quickly as possible, but let's make it really cheap. So we're saying you can attach it to your laptop, copy files off, still do emails, but let's put it down to £2,300. Which, for a 32-cell Braille display with a very good note taker that can read PowerPoint documents and there was a dictionary and all sorts of stuff. I think that's quite compelling. Really good for education.
Absolutely.
But we're not guaranteeing that, once the email stops working on there, it stops working.
Yes.
We prefer people think about it as to do stuff offline.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Martin, thank you very much for showing me this. Exciting stuff ahead, and really appreciate what you guys are doing at HumanWare. Thanks so much.
No problem. My pleasure.
So I'm joined here by Daniel and Lucy from Seable Holidays. Hello, folks. How are you getting on at the site village so far? Daniel, going well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for asking, and nice to speak to you again.
Absolutely, likewise. So tell me, Lucy, what's going on recently at Seable? Have you exciting holidays coming up?
Absolutely. So 2026, we're super excited about lots of new destinations that we've got to offer. Some of them being Venice.
Brilliant.
We brought back our Rome group holiday. We've got Vienna, which is now sold out. We've got a exciting new Panama trip. That is also sold out as well. So places are going fast, actually, at the minute. So
I heard rumours. A birdie told me that you have a really big, exciting trip coming up to somewhere that is very close to my heart, Lucy.
Absolutely. So we actually have launched Ireland as well next September, finally.
Very good. So, Daniel, what kind of things are happening at this trip to Ireland? So this will presumably be for people in the UK.
As you may know or may not know about any of our holidays, they're very much open to anybody who would like to join us. So just on that note, we are gathering more traction in the US as well.
Wow.
So anyone is welcome, basically. We don't have, you can join from any airport in any country, basically.
Awesome.
But yeah, the Ireland trip, we're very excited about it. It's the rugged coast of Ireland, I like to say, which obviously involves like the giant causeway and the different national parks around that area.
Super.
It's exciting. Lucy can tell you more about when it is and
so what are the details, Lucy?
So the Ireland holiday, Ireland Causeway Coast and Donegal. So it is the 1st until the 5th of September 2026.
Super.
It is $2,750 for the sharing room price. And $3,100 for a single room. And of course that includes your Seable assistance with a ratio of 2:1 for 10 hours a day. Of course your accommodation and breakfast is included. And we've actually partnered with an amazing agency that have put together different walks and different hikes in Ireland that are particularly accessible for people with visual impairments.
Excellent.
Yeah, so
fantastic.
It's for the people that want to be outdoors and walking and quite active people. It's going to be great. We're super excited about it.
Super stuff. How can people find out more, as always?
So they can email in lucy@seable.co.uk
or daniel@seable.co.uk.
There you go. I wonder which one of you will get more of the emails now.
They can call in.
Probably Lucy.
There you go.
They can call in on 020-3375-6947.
Fantastic. Lucy, Daniel, thank you so much as always.
Thank you for listening. Cheers, guys.
All right, you're happy with that? I'm delighted with